Hello there, merħba. Welcome back to Learning Maltese. Today we're talking about the date and time in Maltese. So this is a build-up from the last lesson, counting in Maltese, and also collective nouns, in that we're going to be heavily relying on the numbers and also learning how to say the days of the week and the month, and then ultimately giving the date, the full date in Maltese. So, before all of that, you know what's coming up. I know what's coming up. Well, do you know what's coming up? We're at the 9th lesson. What are you waiting for? Come on. Look at all of this good stuff. Look at all of this good stuff. I'm waiting for you. You're waiting for me. It's a party. Okay, lesson 9. So, the date and time in Maltese. First of all, let's go over the hours. So from 1 o'clock to 11 o'clock and then midday and midnight, which is what we have over here. I'm going to read it. You can read along, voice it out, see what works best for you. Is-siegħa. This is 1 o'clock. Is-siegħa. Is-sagħtejn. 2 o'clock. it-tlieta. l-erbgħa. il-ħamsa. is-sitta. is-sebgħa. it-tminja. id-disa. l-għaxra. il-11. And then we don't say it-tnax, okay? Instead we say midday, which is n-nofsinhar, and midnight, which is n-nofs-il-lejl. Let's talk a little bit about the words where they're coming from. Siegħa, this actually means hour, an hour. So what we're saying is hour o'clock? No, that's silly. But instead of saying il-wieħed or il-waħda, we're saying is-siegħa. Is-sagħtejn. This is saying a pair of hours or 2 hours. This ain over here, we've seen this before in previous lessons. This is the grammar at-imtenni. Not a grammar I'm going to teach in this course, but I've alluded to it a few times now. You can Google that if you want some more detail, but this is where the ain is coming from. This is the at-imtenni, counting in pairs grammar. So we're saying a pair of hours or just 2 hours, or in this case, 2 o'clock. The rest are the numbers. That's pretty clear, I believe. Then we have nofsinhar. Nofs means half or middle. And nar, this means day. It's another way to say day in Maltese. So, middle of the day. Nofs, middle again. Il is the article, the. And lejl is night. So, middle of the night. Nofsinhar, nofs-il-lejl. If we want to express 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we cannot just say siegħa, sagħtejn, tlieta, etc. We have to use the article. Is-siegħa, is-sagħtejn, it-tlieta. If I ask what the time is, this question here, x'ħinu, or the more common pronunciation is x'ħenu. Let's say that it is 5 o'clock. So x'ħenu? il-ħamsa. What time is it? 5 o'clock. I cannot just say ħamsa. That would be wrong. il-ħamsa. x'enu il-ħamsa? x'enu l-10? x'enu is-sebgħa? Let's continue. Un-nofs. What does this mean? This is how we would express half past. The English half past. Literally, we're saying and a half. Un-nofs, and a half. Kwart. Well, the more astute of you will realize that kwart is coming from quarter. Quarter of an hour is 15 minutes, or quarter past. And a quarter, literally, or quarter past. Neqes kwart. Neqes kwart. Neqes and neqes both can be used interchangeably. Neqes and neqes, this means minus or take away. So taking away a quarter. So this is how we say quarter to. Quarter to. Let's practice this a little bit. If I want to say 6:30, 6:30 is sitta. 6:30 is sitta u nofs. If I want to say 7:15 or 7:15, is-sebgħa u kwart. And if I want to say, I don't know, 8:45, okay, 8:45, I need to do a little bit of mathematics. 8:45, so this is 8:45. We do this in English as well, 8:45, 15 minutes to 9. In Maltese, we're doing it in minus though. So we're going to say 9 minus 15, or 9 minus a quarter. Id-disa neqes kwart. This is how we say 8:45. 8:45. Let's continue. So, we have, actually leave that as it was. We have ta' filgħodu, ta' wara n-nofsinhar, ta' filgħaxija, ta' billejl. Ta means of. Ta' filgħodu means in the morning. Ta' wara nofsinhar means in the afternoon. Wara means after. Ta' filgħaxija, in the evening. Ta' billejl, at night. In other words, this is how we say AM, PM, PM, and PM. So, if we want to say AM or PM, there's technically 3 ways to say PM in Maltese. Ta' wara nofsinhar, ta' filgħaxija, ta' billejl. In accordance with what the actual hour is. If it's 4 p.m., I would consider that to be ta' wara nofsinhar. If it's 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., that would be ta' filgħaxija. If it's 10, 11 p.m., that would be ta' billejl. L-10 ta' billejl. Is-sebgħa ta' filgħaxija. L-erbgħa ta' wara nofsinhar. Il-ħamsa ta' filgħodu. ħamsa ta' filgħodu, this would be 5 in the morning. Okay, good. Let's consider some, I'm not going to call them exceptions, but they're more difficult to understand. So, 12 o'clock, we understood this is nofsinhar, midnight, nofs-il-lejl. Then we have 12:30 or 7:30 midnight, this would be in-nofsinhar. Let's analyze this. In-nofsinhar. Nofs is half. Siya means 1 o'clock. Half of 1 is what we're saying. 12:30 and 7:30 midnight is like saying half of 1. Because 30 minutes later, we then get is-siegħa, 1 o'clock, which is over here. And then we have is-siegħa u nofs, 1:30. So the most confusing is between these two. The difference between 12:30 and 1:30, between 7:30 midnight and 1:30. In-nofsinhar, is-siegħa u nofs. So, let's practice a little bit. This one would be it-tlieta. This one would be id-disa. 5:45, that's like saying 5:45, or 6 o'clock minus 15. So, is-sitta, neqes or neqes kwart. 7:55. Let's think in analogue in English. 7:55 is like saying 5 to 8. 5 to 8. Or 8 minus 5. So I'm going to say it-tlieta, neqes or neqes, ħamsa. On the flip side, 3:20. So 3:15 would be it-tlieta u kwart. 3:20 would be it-tlieta u 20. 10:50, this is like saying 10 to 11, right? 10 minutes to 11. So 11 minus 10, il-11, neqes or neqes, I'm mixing them up on purpose, 10. So what can we surmise from all of this? In English, we have both a digital and an analog clock. I can say 5:45, which is digital, or I can say 5:45, that's analog. I can say 7:55, which is digital, or I can say 5 to 8, which is analog. In Maltese, though, we only have the analog which exists. The digital clock does not exist. I cannot say sebgħa ħamsa u ħamsin. I cannot say ħamsa ħamsa u erbgħin. Only is-sitta neqes kwart. It-tlieta neqes ħamsa. So, in this sense, telling the time in Maltese is more difficult because we don't have a digital clock to fall back on. But if we compare the English analog clock to the Maltese analog clock, then I would say they're pretty comparable. Check the description to do these. Pause the video, do them, and you can check the description for answers. Let's talk about the dates now. Days of the week. Il-ħadd, this is Sunday. It-tnejn, Monday. It-tlieta, l-erbgħa. Il-ħamis, il-ġimgħa, is-sibt. As you can see, most of them reference the numbers. Now, I'm a person, I don't know about you, but I'm a person that always considered Monday to be the first day of the week. But as we probably know, especially I think the Americans, right? They consider Sunday to be the first day of the week. In Maltese, from the etymology of the word, actually, Sunday is the first day of the week. Il-ħadd, ħ-d. This is using the same root, the same as wieħed. It-tnejn, it-tlieta, l-erbgħa, ħamis, very understandable, I think. Is-sibt, coming from sebgħa, because we have this sebgħa, SB, over there. And then il-ġimgħa. Il-ġimgħa, this is nothing to do with the numbers. In Maltese, ġimgħa also means the week. There's some Arabic meaning for this because Friday is an important day for them. But yeah, in Maltese we say il-ġimgħa. Nothing to do with the number 6. The months. Okay, these will be very recognizable for us, especially for us English speakers or Europeans. Jannar, frar, marzu, april, Mejju, Ġunju, Lulju, Awwissu, Settembru, Ottubru, Novembru, Diċembru. So let's combine everything. The 2nd of January, that happens to be my birthday, by the way, we would say it-tnejn ta' Jannar. It-tnejn ta' Jannar. I was actually born on a Saturday, so I would say is-sibt it-tnejn ta' Jannar. But let's just keep to the actual date for now. It-tnejn ta' Jannar. 21st of August, that would be il-21 ta' Awwissu. Or, because we have two vowels over here, we could just say ta' Awwissu as well. Il-21 ta' Awwissu. 8th of September, this is my village's feast. And we say it-tminja ta' Settembru. It-tminja ta' Settembru. Ta means of. So, I think very, very understandable. Check the description for 3 examples for you to practice. I believe that's it. So, thank you very much for your attention today, for reaching lesson 9. And I'm going to bring it up. Elephant in the room. Don't make it an elephant in the room. See you there. Grazzi u saħħa.